What's up, everyone? It's your boy here, Mastermind for Ohio Cannabis Live. Welcome back to another episode of our live stream here today. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe button. What y'all medicating on today? I've been trying to update stuff. I don't know why. Every time I put on the shirt, it seems like it's sideways. All right. So today we got a good show for you today. We're going to cover a few things. Today is the last day for you to submit your comments about them reducing or eliminating the fees for Ohio medical cannabis patients. There's a rumor going around right now, and I do mean it's a rumor, that they could reduce the state fee down to a penny. I don't support this because we would still have to log in and make a payment, and that would still be a pain. They should just eliminate it altogether. Official details from the Department of Commerce, or Department of Cannabis, not Commerce, will be coming soon. So we haven't really found out any other information about it yet. But since today's the last day, I expect some type of announcement to probably come next week. So we're going to keep an eye out for that. If you haven't submitted your comments, I'd love to know what you're thinking right now. Please let me know in the comments how you feel about this potential elimination of the state fee. I think it should be eliminated because it creates additional confusion. It's an additional cost. Right now, I would like you to put in the comments how much you paid to renew your medical cannabis card. I want you to include the doctor's fee and the state fee. I want to know how much you paid. So put that in the comments. Even if you're watching this on the replay, I want you to still answer this question in the comments. If you're new to my channel, please do me a favor and hit the like, subscribe button. This channel wouldn't thrive without you, so make sure you support the channel and encourage others to support the channel as well. Make sure that we're sharing the video. Last week we got about 500 views. That was below our goal of 1,000 views for the stream. So we need you to go ahead and keep sharing the video all over the internet to help build the viewership up for the channel to keep it going. Also, what I would like to say is that I think it's important that we look back and say, okay, what else can be done? When I was testifying, they mentioned the elimination of all taxes for medical cannabis patients. So basically tax-free weed. And I would like to know what you think about that. I think we should have tax-free cannabis for medical cannabis patients. I'd love to know what you think. And make sure you put this in the comments so I can share this with others I think it should be tax-free. I mean, they're going to put a lot of taxes on it for rec users. Right now, it looks to me like they want to give all the tax revenue from recreational sales to prisons, with prisons being the top on their list. And it also appears to me that they want to eliminate any funds for social equity, and they want to reduce any funds for any expungements. Just so you know, the way that the law is written right now, there is a provision in there for social equity. And this is in two parts. One of it is for minorities. The other part is for people who have been charged with low-level cannabis, nonviolent cannabis crimes. So to open opportunities for people, not just minorities, but anybody, no matter what you look like, an opportunity for you to apply for a dispensary license or a grow cultivator's license. So what I want to do is hopefully educate people on how they can figure out what they need to do in order for them to be compliant. Because right now, a lot of people are just worried about home grow, and we should be worried about entrepreneurship and innovation and how we can get a part of this green rush that everybody keeps talking about. A lot of people want to know, when are they going to be able to IREC? Well, what you have to wait on is what the legislator is going to do to the existing law. Again, I've reiterated this before. We had to continue to reach out to local lawmakers and keep giving them feedback to make sure they understand that we don't want them to mess with the law at all. We want to leave it the way it is. We don't need them to change anything, especially where the tax money goes. This was already set up in issue 2, so there was no need to make any new adjustments. They just wanted to make the adjustments so they could get the money. That's all it really is. Hey, Lynette. Hey, Jimmy. Sorry I'm a little behind on the comments. All right, $129, $69. Okay. Last time I had one, $99 of renewed, 50 to the state. Okay. So what I'm hoping is that if they eliminate the state fee, we're going to get ourselves all the way down to maybe at the most $100 a year for a card. And I want to ask, someone who had not renewed their card, if it was tax-free, meaning that you didn't have to pay taxes on it at all, and you didn't have to pay a state fee, would you reconsider renewing your card or reestablishing your card again? I want to know that in the comments, because again, the incentive here would be tax-free, and you would only spend like $100. Something else I propose too. They may not like this, but I feel like the doctor's fee should be a one-time fee, because your condition isn't going to change overnight, next year, the year before that. Like I have cirrhosis of the liver, I have a brain injury. There is no cure for either one of those diseases. So there are not going to be any changes in my condition. So I feel like if you have a debilitating condition, a terminal condition, terminal diagnosis, it's never going to change. And chronic pain ain't going to never go away either. Why do you need to renew that every year? Does that make sense? I don't think it does. I think it's just another way for people to make money. And then we don't know where that money goes. It doesn't go back into the cannabis community. It doesn't go back to helping people in the community. It doesn't help feed the homeless and the hungry. It doesn't help build schools and bridges. The money just goes into the doctor's pocket. So, I mean, why not let that go through insurance? They're already paying them a ton of money through insurance. Doctor's visits should be able to bill through insurance. That'll open up the market a lot more. And a lot of people just don't realize that we have companies that offer telemed services. Just to let you know, last week I mentioned, I asked my good partners, Leafwell, if they would lower their price for the recommendations. And I'm pleased to let you know that they are going to lower their price down. So you can check out their website, leafwell.com. They have lowered the prices. Plus, you still can use the Mastermind Ohio Cannabis Live discount code. I believe it's OCL Ohio or 420 or something like that. But when you go to my site, you'll see it, and you'll still be able to get a discount on your recommendation that way. And I'm hoping with your support to host some more events like the one we did in Canton, where we gave away free recommendations. If you think that's something that we should continue to do, please express support for that in the comments so that I can show some of these people the need for us to keep having these events. Because again, we have to build up the cannabis community. And, I'm looking to have all kind of events, expos, markets, whatever we can do to help bring people out of their shell and get people engaged with each other and start building these relationships and these networks. And if you're interested in starting your own business in the cannabis space, this is the time for you to start really paying attention to what's being said and what's going on with the laws. I've also posted a link on my website in the recent blog that I posted about this commenting session, a link to the updated information about getting a dispensary license. So I've tried to keep you guys all, and girls and ladies and gentlemen, up to date with the most recent information that I have. And I think it's important for people to realize that with the recreational sales situation, the Department of Commerce, Department of Cannabis, whatever you want to call them, it's all one and the same, has until September to create these rules. And it looks to me like they're eyeballing having this done, somewhere between June and August, and then maybe implementing this maybe in September. This again is all just, talk and rumors. Nothing official has been published to give us any indication exactly what date sales could begin, but there is still a chance that recreational sales could begin in 2024. So the only way that we can ensure that happens is we can try to make sure that the legislator doesn't make any changes. And those people who were proposing to make changes, we should make sure we vote them out during the midterm elections so that we don't have to worry about them anymore. Because keeping in mind, if you don't vote in the midterm elections and pay attention, those same people who wanted to repeal the law, change the law, punish everybody, make it illegal to share cannabis, make it illegal to smoke in your car and everywhere else, those folks are hoping that you don't pay attention and you just re-vote them back in office again. So don't do a copy and paste this year during the election cycle. Make sure you pay attention to the candidates, study who's pro-cannabis and who isn't, and make the appropriate choice. Doesn't matter what party they're with. Doesn't matter whether they're Democrat or Republican. I'm just telling you, we need to make sure the people who are in our legislature are pro-cannabis people. Bottom line. So make sure you pay attention to all these campaigns and everything and listen for them to mention their support for cannabis. And you'll see a lot of them, they're not even going to mention the word cannabis in their campaign commercials because they don't support it. And you should go to your local mayors, your local law enforcement, all of them, and just go right up to them and ask them, do you support cannabis legalization or not? And how do you feel about it? And get their feedback, because that's invaluable for you to understand how the feeling is in your area. Are you going to still deal with issues that you shouldn't have to? I'm sure that we're going to see things being tested, you know, what you can and cannot do. People are going to always want to test the law to see what they can do. What I also want to do is talk a little bit about some other news as far as cannabis legalization that's nearby. So let's talk about Kentucky's House Bill 420. So Kentucky is planning on trying to legalize, introduced by Rep. Rachel Roberts, to legalize cannabis for adults 21 and older and establish a commercial market by July 1st, 2028. It includes 9% tax on cannabis sales and expungement provisions. So if you know anybody living in Kentucky, you're living near Cincinnati, hey, thank you, Jimmy, for the super chat. I appreciate that. Thank you for chiming in. Jerry, Tim, I'm sorry, not Timmy, Tim, and the silent one. Thank you. I appreciate you. I really do appreciate you. Love the name. The Sesha. I like that name too. Let's see. Plus, unfortunately, you need MMJ, I think, for certain jobs to test positive. Well, I mean, you know, there is still some confusion about employment protections. Guess what? There is none. There's no confusion now, is it? There ain't none. There ain't none for housing. There ain't none for employment. And, you know, these are things that we need to continue to advocate for as an Ohio cannabis community. And, you know, other states are doing things that we need to take notice of, especially places like New York, Illinois, and everything. There's a lot of good and bad in a lot of different states' legalization programs and their medical programs. We can certainly learn and adapt from some of the information we can find. And this will help us make a better program for recreational sales and for medical. And I still think that the Department of Cannabis Control should clarify in writing in bold print that medical cannabis patients are allowed to smoke cannabis. It's being said by different groups and different people, but they have yet to publish a document that I've seen that officially in very bold print clarifies that for people. And I think that is still an issue that needs to be resolved. Also, I want to talk about another state that's thinking about legalizing, and it's Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania is planning on maybe legalizing. So the governor, Shapiro, he advocates for recreational marijuana legalization. I love it when the governor is all for it. That just makes it so much better, right? Economic benefits projected over $250 million annually. That's a low number. It'll be more than that if you can get it legalized. And challenges due to insufficient Republican support. Sound familiar? Sound familiar? So Pennsylvania is going through what Ohio just got done going through. And we need to keep Pennsylvania and Kentucky in our prayers as far as cannabis legalization goes. And I don't have it up here, but we need to start talking about Indiana as well. Why? We're talking about a Midwest collective of legal states here. If we can get Pennsylvania, Kentucky, and Illinois to legalize for adult use, that means everywhere from those areas all the way to Missouri, it would be recreational. That's a long stretch of recreational sales. That would really be a big deal, wouldn't it, for the Midwest Cannabis Collective that I started? Yeah, I started that too. That's also me. Take notes. Let's see here. I'm looking at comments. Shapiro's getting hip. All right, Indiana. Yeah, I mean, we got to keep paying attention, man, because Indiana is so close. And literally, if you're driving, like I did this not too long ago from from Ohio to Missouri, where I had to go get my uncle, we had to drive through Indiana. Indiana was the only place we drove through. The cannabis is completely illegal, and we can't consume it there. See, so that's why we got to get Indiana together. Kentucky is a little bit of some hope there. I think Kentucky. I think we should wager right now. Who you think will legalize first? Will it be Kentucky or will it be Pennsylvania? I think it's going to be Kentucky, folks. My money's on Kentucky. I think Kentucky folks is ready to legalize. I love it. House Bill 420. I think you Kentucky folks, y'all should go for it. I'm telling you, just imagine it, man. But right now, keep this in mind. While these states have not legalized, their residents are going to be soon coming to Ohio when rec sales begin. And we should all pay close attention to that. Because if we're currently medical patients or not, we should think about how we're going to manage our supplies when the big wave comes. And the big wave, I promise you, is coming. So don't think for a second that, you're safe right now. I mean, maybe you're homegrown and you've got plenty. That's cool. But if you want to get some stuff from the shop, you're going to need to start thinking about that now in advance and when to go. And as soon as we find out when licensing will open up, when recreational sales will begin, that's when you start planning to make sure you have enough medication to medicate, because that's going to be an issue. Hey, welcome, Oliver. Welcome to the VIP level. Hey, we got us a new VIP in here. Congratulations, Oliver, for being one of our new VIPs. So just to reiterate what just happened here, so those who don't know. So along with being able to get merchandise from Ohio Cannabis Live, you can also purchase a membership on YouTube. And as you can see here, William has a VIP level membership. This means this is the highest level that you can get on Ohio Cannabis Live. Congratulations to William Oliver for being a VIP. Congratulations to all my other members and my moderators. Thank you again for Jimmy and Lynette for being members and moderators, and some of my top supporters here. I thank everyone else who has also been here since the very beginning. I really appreciate all of you being here. Shout out to my guy, Captain Green Toker, who's always been here to support me. I appreciate you, my brother. Ahoy, matey. Thank you for being here. And I thank a lot of you, because I remember all your names. Hey, I see Mama Mastermind is on here too. Hey, Mom, it's good to see you. So we got Mama Mastermind. My mom's on here as well. Lots of pressure now. We really do appreciate you all being here. And this does make a difference. And we do break records every week. I remember when the stream struggled to get 100 views at a time. But we're doing a lot better. 500 isn't horrible, but I want to see 1,000. So that means you share this video with everybody you know. And let's talk about some growing cannabis with Mastermind's Growing Cannabis Spotlight, brought to you by Horticulture Lighting Group. But before that, I think I got my forecast fixed. All right, so Friday, we're going to have perfectly windy weather, 60 degrees, right? 63 degrees right now, somewhere in there. And the low is only going to be 53. So I don't know if I believe that. That's what the internet said. It could be a little bit cooler than that tonight. Tomorrow, it's going to rain. Only going to be in the 60s. And then Sunday, it's going to be cold and cloudy. So temperatures are going to dip. So right now, you could probably get outside next couple days, maybe a jacket, light jacket, you might be okay. But as far as growing goes, you better not have nothing out there. You better not have nothing out there. Because it's going to be going through all kinds of Ohio shock. Now, I'd like to give you an update on my growing project here. Here it is. This time we won't have those same issues we had before. And I just want to show you a few things. So here's my 3 plants in my tent. And what I'm showing you here on the right-hand side is this app that I use by Vivison to control the temperatures in my tent. And also I'm showing you that you can also make notes. My little slide went a little bit faster than I want to. But then you can see the environmentals in the tent right now. It's a little toasty in there. But the best thing about this Vivison controller is it allows you to control the different aspects of the lighting and everything else. The light that we're using from Horticulture Lighting Group is the Tomahawk 650. It's a 650 watt LED light. They're using good quality Samsung LED lights. You can visit hlg.com for more information about that. I'm going to have a discount code very soon that will allow you to get discounts on lights from HLG. So keep an eye out for that. But in the meantime, feel free to browse their website and see what kind of stuff they got. They also have other accessories there too. I am also using another product that I will do a video on, talk more about later. And it's called a Telos controller. And that basically allows me to remotely control the light, so I don't have to like go inside the tent and adjust the dimming and things like that. You'll see it more. I'll break it down why I'm using the Telos controller to control the light. Even though I could use the Vivsa controller, and we're working on seeing how that will work. What's cool about the Telos is I can dial in the light to the right specifications without getting too technical. I know people want me to use all the jargon. Oh, wow. Okay. Jimmy, what did you do? 5 Ohio's Kim Lyman. Jimmy just gave away. Oh, hold up, man. Wait. Hold up. Stop the presses. Stop what just happened here. Hold on. Let me show y'all what just happened. All right. So Jimmy just gave away. He gifted 5 Ohio Cannabis Live memberships. So Brandon got one. Sears Snipes got one. Daniel Vance got one. Anthony SG got one. And Jelly Bean got a membership. Thank you, Jimmy, for that. That is really cool. That's the you guys are really just blowing my mind there. It's like amazing here. I just can't believe what I'm seeing. I don't even know how that works. But thank you, Jimmy, for doing that. We're gonna have to figure out how that exactly works. But welcome our new members to the channel who have just now been added. Thanks to Jimmy. Y'all definitely need to hit the like, and everybody need to show Jimmy some love, man. My guy Jimmy just blowing my mind right now. I'm just rather speechless at the moment. I'm gonna have to cut back to the grove so you don't see my face. Wait, you can still see my face. Wow, Jimmy, you blowing my mind right now, brother. And it's things like that that keep me going here. My mom asked me, I said, "Are you doing the show today?" I said, "Now, Mom, you asked a silly question right here because you know that I gotta be here every Friday at 4:20. So all of you who know me, all of you who might be watching, do not call my phone from 3 to 4:20 because I am not going to answer your call. I don't care who you are. I'm not going to take your call because I have to be here for the Ohio cannabis community and beyond. There's people watching this video all the way across the world. So shout out to all of the people who watch my content all over America and all over the world. I do notice that. I can see it in the report that you're watching it. And I hope that it gives you some information, even though you don't live here or you live in our market. Maybe you know someone who does live here in Ohio, regardless of where you are in the world. Thank you again for supporting my channel because I really do appreciate it. And it does give me inspiration every week to continue to keep bringing you the information that I'm bringing you. So yeah, and every week you see I'm trying to improve everything and make it a little bit better so that there's some value in watching my show. And eventually what I hope to do is have a whole show that's dedicated more to growing cannabis. And I also created a separate channel called Ohio Cannabis Growers and a whole new group called Ohio Cannabis Growers. So feel free to check it out. It's on Facebook. It's on Reddit. It's on YouTube. We're not really that big yet. We're about 1,200 deep on Reddit. Shout out to my folks on Reddit. And it's exciting to get information and share and learn from each other. Because again, I said this before, I'll definitely say this again. I'm not a master grower. Yes, I have grown cannabis before, but I'm not a master grower by any means. So I'm still learning how to use all this new technology. And so you will all be going on this journey with me where I try to grow cannabis and it may fail and not everything we're looking at today may die 2 weeks from now. I can make all kinds of mistakes. So I just want to make sure people know that I'm not trying to be presenting myself as the perfect cannabis grower, but someone who does care about doing it and cares about learning how to do it right with the proper equipment and the proper supplies. And that's what I'm trying to do with you. We can all learn together. And sometimes that's the best way to learn is when you have a group of people learning how to do something together. So I hope that whatever I do helps you learn more stuff, and whatever you teach me helps me learn more stuff. And that's not just limited to growing cannabis. I just figured out, and this is the last thing I'm going to tell you before I go, is that they now have integrated Zoom into my system, my software. I haven't figured out how to make it work yet, but we will be able to do some more Zoom stuff like we did before. And it'll be more naturally looking into our platform. And you'll be kind of surprised at how we start evolving even more. We start bringing guests back on the show. We are going to start having more guests on the show. If you want to come on the show, the email is right here. email me at info@ohiocannabislive.com and make sure you put in the description, I want to be on the show. Tell me why you want to be on the show. Everybody cannot be on the show, but let me know why and what you like to talk about. And I would love to have you on the show and hear your voice, and you share what you would like to share as far as cannabis goes. I'm also thinking about an audio podcast as well. So there may be another opportunity for those who don't like to show themselves on camera and would like to remain anonymous. I will be entertaining doing some audio podcasting as well, in regards to various topics related to the Ohio cannabis space and beyond. So if you're interested in that, when you email me, make sure you separate that and say I'm interested in the audio podcast instead of the video show, so I know which one you're interested in. Let's see. I'm looking at my comments. I'm still in shock, Jimmy, what you done did. What did you do, Jimmy? What did you do? Oh, my goodness. All right. So, yeah. So, all of you who got new memberships, we go have to figure out what we going to do now. Because the membership's going to get a lot bigger, and then we're going to have to start members-only parties. Don't think for a second that I forgot about this. Don't think that 420 Live Private Club don't exist, because it does. So remember what the number one rule of 420 Live Private Club was. Don't talk about 420 Live Private Club. So that's all you need to know. Those who have already signed up know where to go to sign up. If you don't know where to go, I think you better start researching it now, how you could be a part of the 420 Live Club when we go full live launch. If you weren't already on the list, well, you won't be on the list. So I definitely think you should be paying attention. All right. And just to wrap the show up, before I go, I'm going to put this email up here one more time. Make sure you can write it down. Send in those comments to the Department of Cannabis Control today. Today is the last day for you to say, stop the fee. If I can't make any other message today, stop the fee. You hear me? Stop the fees. Save the money. So that's something that's really important for us to do. And, that's how I want to close out today's show. I thank you all for being here. Thank you again for all the new members. Thank you, Jimmy. Thank you for William. I just really just don't know what to say. But again, I love y'all, man. I appreciate y'all being here. It's definitely been a journey that we're just going to continue to keep going on. Make sure you get everybody the like, subscribe button. We done already crushed every record I thought we couldn't have crushed today. Membership crushed that. Crushed the super chat. Crushed it. Now we just need 1,000 views. I told you 1,000 views. So that means that each person needs to send this video to 100 people that you know that love cannabis and tell them to watch Ohio Cannabis Live. And make sure you encourage them to hit the like, subscribe button and say, hey, if you missed the live stream, it's always available on replay. And you can always watch it on my website at ohiocannabislive.com. That's all I have for today. I thank you all for being here, and I'll see you on the next stream. Have a good evening.